My name is Rob Witmer. I'm a musician and sound designer, and I've been working in theater and creating music and sound design for plays for about 25 years. I started out playing the clarinet and the saxophone, and I picked up the steel drums and the accordion and the bagpipes. I guess I play a lot of strange instruments. Well, one of the first experiences I had with Shakespeare was actually performing music live for, I think, the very first Wooden O production, which was Much Ado About Nothing. And I was actually performing off to the side, but then at one point in the show, I walked out on stage with my accordion and kind of accompanied a scene. And that kind of really opened my eyes to what Shakespeare does in terms of the music, not only in terms of what we think of as just regular music, but the music of the language. So the opportunity to invent music to accompany his lyrics is really just a wonderful opportunity. One of the first shows I worked on for Wooden O was a production of The Tempest in 2001, about 20 years ago. This production of The Tempest had a wonderful cast, including a good friend of mine, Charles Leggett, playing Prospero. I didn't realize at the time that he was a singer. He didn't really have the opportunity to sing in the show, but it turns out he's actually an amazing musician. And some of the other memorable productions, I think, indoors, or a production of Hamlet we did, and a production of Midsummer Night's Dream, I think, with Sheila Daniels. Whenever I approach music and sound for a play, it really is just about supporting the story, and often that is helping the setting, building a world, a sonic world, if you will, just sort of abstract sound. And thinking about what kind of sound might exist in an environment of the play, but sort of taking that to the next level and create sort of an environment that supports the story of the play. One of the productions I worked on a number of years ago was Romeo and Juliet, and I remember reading when I was working on this show that Shakespeare had invented the word alligator. And I was like, did he really invent that word? So I kind of went down this rabbit hole of, like, what words did he invent? Well, as it turns out, Shakespeare actually is credited maybe with inventing anywhere from 422 words to 1,700 words. My sort of fantasy was to write a song that used only words that Shakespeare invented or coined. So I downloaded a list of I kind of went with the list of 422 words and started kind of going through that. And a little melody came to mind. So I kind of played around with the words and eventually wrote a song and put some notes on paper. And I think I probably have about 70 or 80 Shakespearean words here. And, it's kind of been a dream of mine to be able to play music somewhere, especially somewhere like a bar, with an old piano in the corner or something like that. Hopefully sometime this year we'll get back to that situation.
Past the worn-out farmhouse by the flowery overgrowth, the never-ending roadway uncurls. The watchdog lies low after a hard day's work, well-behaved, worn out by such resolve. An ill-tempered schoolboy squabbles trippingly. It's an admirable but profitless day's work. The alligator swaggers more in sorrow than in anger, his cold-blooded roguery overblown. In my heart of heart, the game is up. It's lonely up at the chimney top, shipwrecked on a shooting star. Upstairs in the bedroom, the candle holder dwindles while the fortune teller gossips in the glow and gives a hint to educate on just how to negotiate your money's worth for your retirement. And so the gentlefolk comply, sneaking off to compromise a useful consanguineous reprieve. Monumental title page is published inventorially. What's done is done in one fell swoop, fancy-free. In my heart of heart, the game is up. It's lonely up at the chimney top, shipwrecked on a shooting star. Shipwrecked on a shooting star.